The thing that's quietly killing your love life is not that you don't have enough muscle, money, or height. It's that moment when you're standing next to a woman, she turns toward you, a window opens, and your mind goes completely blank. You know you should say something. Not poetry, not a TED Talk, just one line to actually start the game. But inside, there's a little voice whispering, "Don't." If you talk, you'll sound stupid, you'll sound awkward, you'll expose that you're not good enough. So you choose silence, or you pull out some safe, harmless, soulless line like, "So, how's your day going?" She gives you a polite little smile. "It's fine." And then nothing. You hear the music. You hear people laughing, glasses clinking, conversations flowing all around you. Everything is alive, except you. You stare down at your drink, pretend to be busy. Inside your head, there's only one sentence. Here we go again. Same shit. Every time that happens, you're not just being awkward, you're training your brain to believe women are dangerous. Silence is safer than being seen, and this whole game is not for you. If you're honest with yourself, you know this is not the first time. It's a loop. Bar, party, office, gym, different locations, same feeling. And if you don't break that loop, 5, 10 years from now, you'll still be standing in the same spot, watching other men say a few very normal, very average lines, yet they're the ones walking out holding her hand. I'm talking to you today not as some moral, shiny expert, but as a man who was you, obsessed, chasing, ignored, disrespected, and who had to learn game in the dark with no one holding his hand. In this video, I'm not giving you TikTok pickup lines. I'm going to rip the mask off the core mental bug that freezes you every time there's an opening. Show you the real difference in the minds of guys who talk naturally and confidently. It's not they were born that way, it's how they read situations. And finally, I'll give you a very simple 3-word English phrase that, if you actually train it, becomes a rescue weapon for almost any dying conversation, at the bar, in the coffee shop, or on a first date. This is not a feel-good video. This is a line in the sand between two versions of you. One version keeps standing still, watching life go by. The other version walks into a room knowing exactly how to start the game while still being himself. No acting, no fake persona. If you are a man and at least once in your life you felt invisible standing next to a woman, then this video is not a suggestion. It's a wake-up call. 1. The hard truth. The problem isn't your mouth. Let's talk like men, no sugarcoating. That moment where you're next to her and your brain wipes itself clean does not happen because you don't know what to say. Your mouth is fine. You talk to friends, co-workers, random dudes in game chats, the neighbor. You can talk. Sometimes you're even pretty good. The real problem lives in the story you whisper to yourself in the 3 seconds before you open your mouth. It sounds like this. Don't screw this up. Don't look like you care too much. If you say something dumb, you're done. Look at those other guys. They're way smoother than you. In those 3 seconds, you're not inside your body anymore. You climb up into your own head, sit on your own shoulder, and start judging yourself from the outside. You're trying to be the speaker and the harsh audience at the exact same time. So what does your brain do? It understands one thing. Silence is safe, and it shuts down. This isn't because you lack words. It's because your brain is trying to protect you from shame. The more attracted you are to her, the higher the pressure, the faster the shutdown. If you don't see this game clearly, then 5, 10 years from now, every time you stand in front of a woman you really want, it won't be her rejecting you. you'll reject yourself first. The good news? This thing is code, and code can be rewritten. But it won't be rewritten with "just be confident, bro," or "believe in yourself." It gets rewritten when you start seeing small talk and your role in it in a completely different way. 2. How you were programmed wrong about small talk. Be honest. Who taught you how to open your mouth with a stranger? Hollywood? Movies taught you this. A guy walks into a room, drops one perfect line, everyone laughs, and the girl melts on the spot. Cheap dating advice videos? They give you a list of openers and pickup lines that might look fun on a screen, but if you actually try them in real life, 9 times out of 10, she just stares at you like you're from another planet. Family and school? They taught you, be polite, ask nice questions. So what do? Where are you from? How's your day going? So you ended up with a lethal combo. In your head, a fantasy of some magical line that's supposed to be movie-level brilliant. In your mouth, safe, boring interview questions from a job application. You walk up to her, torn between those two programs, and you freeze. Small talk through that lens feels like a test. Is what I'm saying interesting enough? Did I make her laugh? Do I sound confident enough? And like any test, you start memorizing tricks and lines instead of understanding the actual game. The real game is not a speaking contest. The real game is, can I make the person in front of me feel lighter, safer, and more seen? The second you understand that, the rules change. 3. What small talk really is: a game of reading people, not interviewing them. I want you to picture 2 scenes very clearly. Scene 1, the interview. You walk up and hit play on your nice guy questionnaire. So, what do? Where do you live? Do you come here often? You ask, she answers. You panic. Okay, what next? Inside her, the monologue is, great, another guy asking the same 3 questions. I'm not about to tell my whole life story to some random dude. I'll be polite, then find an exit. Both of you are tired. Both of you are acting. Scene 2, reading and reflecting. You walk up. Instead of firing questions, you actually look. How she's holding her drink, loose or tight. How she scans the room, relaxed or guarded. Where she chose to stand or sit, center of the action or slightly off to the side. Then you say what you see, but you turn it up just a little. The way you picked that corner looks like you came to the party, but you're not applying for a main role in the drama. You're not asking, do you come here a lot? You're not asking, so what do? You're sending one signal. I see you, not your resume, you. Small talk, when it's done right, is using your words to hold up a mirror in front of the other person. Sharp, but soft. It's a game of reading people, not a trivia quiz, not a stand-up set, not an interrogation. And here's the good news for you. You don't need to be better looking. You don't need to be richer. You don't need to suddenly become a comedian. You just need to learn to read a few small details and reflect them back with a simple frame. Once you have that frame, you'll never run out of things to say again. Everything you need is already in the room, on her, in the energy between you two. 4. The 3L framework, your read and speak weapon. I'm not here to dump vague theory on you. I want your brain to have something concrete to grab onto every time you open your mouth. Call it the 3L framework. L1, lock on to a detail. L2, level it up. L3, Lift out the story. Remember those 3 L's. Everything else hangs off them. 4.1. L1. Lock on to a detail. Don't talk to the whole person, talk to one small piece. When you're anxious, your brain only sees 2 things. She's hot and I'm screwed. That's it. No raw material, no hooks to work with. Locking onto a detail means you force your radar to pick up something specific. A slightly worn ring on a finger that isn't a ring finger. A small tattoo behind her ear. Muted, dark nail polish instead of bright neon. An overcomplicated drink with 3 layers instead of a basic soda. The way she laughs easily with her friends but holds back with strangers. That's data. Without data, all you can do is ask generic questions. And trust me, the world around you is full of data. You're just not used to reading it yet. 4.2. L2. Level it up. Turn the detail into an image. If you just say, "Nice drink," that's fine, but it doesn't stick. Leveling it up means turning that detail into a picture. For example, she orders a brutal, no sugar, no milk coffee. You could say, "That drink looks like a weapon of mass destruction specifically designed for Monday mornings." Or, she's holding her phone with both hands, scrolling, but her eyes are still scanning the room. The way you're holding that phone is like you're online, but your trust issues are still on full alert. You're not insulting her. You're not negging her. You're painting a slightly exaggerated version of what you see, so she gets to see herself in a more interesting way. The human brain is addicted to images, not flat words. 4.3. L3. Lift out the story. Open the door for her to walk through. This is where your line stops being one way and becomes an invitation. You add half a sentence that suggests there's obviously a story behind that detail. Back to the coffee. "That drink looks like a weapon of mass destruction for Monday mornings. I'm guessing today already tried to kill you at least once." Or the rings and bracelets. "Let me guess. Every single thing on your hand has a story attached, and you'd feel guilty taking any of them off." She can laugh and agree, disagree, or correct you. Actually, it's like this. Either way, the door is open. You didn't have to ask, "So, how's your day?" You gave her a launch pad to jump into her own world. That's the signal of a man who understands the psychology of this game. You're not dragging someone out of their world. You're helping them tell it. 5. Turning one line into a whole conversation. Layering. Most guys, even when they accidentally say something good, throw the gold away. She reacts, gives them a piece of herself, and instead of staying there, they panic and jump to a brand new topic. Layering is the difference between, "I got one decent line out," and "we actually had a conversation." The rule is stupid simple. Every time she gives you a piece, don't switch topics. Take that exact piece and go one layer deeper. 5.1. Example: the girl and her deadline. She shows up to the date with a laptop and a thick notebook. You can tell she didn't really leave work at home. You run 3L. The way you showed up with a laptop and that brick of a notebook, I'm betting this is less casual coffee and more escaping from a deadline. She laughs. "Yeah, I'm in the middle of a report." This is where most men blow it. They instantly jump to, "So, what do you do?" Not evil, just boring. And you're back in interview mode. Layering does something else. You say, "Let me guess, you're one of those people who only hits full power when the clock is at minute 89. She laughs harder. "Oh my God, yes, I'm the queen of last minute." Now you have another layer. That's the dangerous team. They look chill most of the time, then play like warriors when the deadline is about to explode. What happened? You took her answer, you reflected it back as a more interesting identity, and now you have an inside joke. Last-minute warrior. The conversation isn't two strangers swapping facts anymore. It's two people looking at the same picture, her life, from the same side of the table. 5.2. Example: the no-drama girl at the party. She's a little off-center from the crowd. Not hiding, not in the spotlight. Laughing with a few people, but clearly not trying to own the room. You run 3L. The way you picked that exact spot. Close enough to be in the party, far enough to dodge the chaos. You look like you came here for fun, not for fresh drama. She smiles. "Yeah, I hate drama." You layer. "Let me guess, you're the safe zone your friends run back to after they go cause the drama." Now she can tell you about her friends, her role in the group, how she sees herself. From one line, you opened a whole world. That's when game actually starts. Not when you spit a cool line, but when her world comes into the conversation and you show you know how to hold it. 6. The 3-word spell. Let me guess. Now we get to the part you can use as a lifeline whenever you feel yourself starting to freeze. The 3 English words are, let me guess. On paper, it sounds ridiculously simple, but it does 3 powerful things at once. It drags you out of your own head. Instead of thinking, what can I say to sound impressive? You're forced to look at her and the situation. What am I actually seeing right now? It flips the vibe into a little game. You're not making a heavy statement, you're guessing. If you're right, it's fun. If you're wrong, even better. She gets to correct you. It gives your 3L framework a skeleton. Let me guess. 1 detail, leveled up image story hint, a line that can open almost any interaction. 6.1. Lines you can steal and use tonight. Strong no-sugar coffee in her hand. Let me guess, this is the only thing standing between you and murdering someone today. A wrist full of bracelets and rings. Let me guess, every single thing on your hand has a story, and you'd feel guilty taking any of them off. She showed up early, already seated, watching the door when you walk in. Let me guess, you're the 10 minutes early type, trying not to judge everybody who shows up late. She can laugh, push back, roll her eyes, whatever. Your goal is not to impress her with the perfect guess. Your goal is to pull the real version of her into the room. 6.2. Why let me guess is perfect for introverts. If you're more introverted, your problem is not that you have nothing to say. You have thoughts, you have observations, you see things other people miss. Your problem is that, under pressure, you disconnect from what you're seeing and get stuck inside your own fear. Let me guess is a state switch. The moment you say those 3 words, you give your brain a very specific job. Look out, pick a detail, play with it a little. It's no longer, be charming now or die. It becomes, notice one thing and turn it into a fun guess. You're not being fake. You're not borrowing someone else's persona. You're simply putting a structure under something your brain already knows how to do when it's relaxed. Notice. And that's why, with practice, this can become a natural part of how you talk, not a trick you force. 7. The 7-day plan. Turning let me guess into a combat reflex. This is not a video for nodding along and then living the exact same life. If you actually want to break the freeze in front of her code, you have to bring this stuff down from your head into your body. So here's the plan. 7 days. One small, clear mission per day. Not to impress me, to reprogram you. Day 1. Train your eyes. Mouth closed. Rule for day 1. Observe, imagine, don't speak. Wherever you are, coffee shop, office, subway, gym, pick 5 random people. For each one, do this in your head. Lock onto a detail, L1. Level it up into an image, L2. Lift out a story using let me guess, L3. For example, you see a guy in a wrinkled shirt, messy hair, double shot espresso. Let me guess, he promised himself he'd sleep early last night and then Netflix kidnapped him until 2 a.m. You don't say it out loud. You're just teaching your brain the pattern. Detail, image, story. Day 1 is you hacking an old habit. Old habit. Walk into a crowded place and shut down. New habit. Walk into a crowded place and start reading the map. Day 2. Use it with safe people. No attraction risk. Rule for day 2. Open your mouth, but on the practice field. Use let me guess on people you're not trying to impress. Your boys, male co-workers, the barista you see every morning. The goal is not flirting. The goal is getting your mouth comfortable with actually saying the words. Co-worker walks into the office looking dead. Let me guess, that meeting you just left is officially on your hours of my life I'll never get back list. Barista juggling a crazy line of orders. Let me guess, this is the shift that makes you question every life choice that led you here. You'll notice something. Most people smile. Nobody explodes. Nobody calls security. Your nervous system learns a new equation. Speaking not equal danger. That's one brick out of the wall of silence equals safety. Day 3. Reps 3. Let me guess. Out loud. Rule for day 3. Minimum 3 out loud let me guess lines. Still mostly on the safe field. Friends, co-workers, familiar faces, but now the focus is repetition. Each time you say it, practice one more skill. Say your line, then shut up. Let 2 to 3 seconds of silence exist. Most men destroy their own game because they're more afraid of silence than rejection. They panic-fill the space with nervous talking. Day 3 is about learning to drop the line, stay in your body, watch the reaction without scrambling to fix anything. Day 4. First contact with women, not your crush. Do not start with the woman you're obsessed with. You are not ready for that boss fight yet. Rule for day 4. Use let me guess with women who are one circle away from you. Female barista, cashier, a friend of a friend at a get-together. Still 3L plus let me guess, but now pay attention to slowing your tone down, actually looking at her when you speak, ending with a small, relaxed smile, not a desperate, please like me grin. Example with a bored cashier. Let me guess, this is hour number what of pretending humanity is not as annoying as it looks. She laughs or doesn't. Either way, this is a rep. Every rep tells your brain, I can survive this. I don't evaporate if I take a swing. Day 5. Add layering. Don't run after the first hit. Rule for day 5. Every time you use let me guess and someone responds, you must add one layer. No more hit and run. Example: you say to a friend of a friend, "Let me guess, you like people more than crowds?" She answers, "Yeah, I'm not big on big groups." The old you would jump to something else. Instead, you layer. "So, you're the safe zone your friends run back to after they go start the chaos." Now she has something real to respond to. She can say, "That's so true," and tell you about her friends, or disagree and show you who she really is. Day 5 is about proving to yourself you can stay a little longer in the pocket, not just throw one jab and back away. Day 6. Bring it into real game. Women you are attracted to. Not the girl you've been obsessed with for 3 years. Pick someone who makes you a little nervous but not paralyzed. Rule for day 6. 1 real situation. 1 3L plus let me guess line. 1 layer. That's it. It could be the girl next to you in the coffee line, a friend of a friend at a party, a new co-worker at an after-work drink. You observe, drop your let me guess line, watch her reaction, and then layer exactly once using something she just said. You're not trying to win the night. You're proving you can run this pattern while your heart rate is up. That's a different skill than practicing in your room. Day 7. Review like a player, not a hater. Rule for day 7. No new practice, just a review. Sit down alone. Write out 10 to 15 moments from the week where you either thought a let me guess line in your head or actually said one out loud. For each, ask yourself, was my detail specific enough? Did I level it up into an interesting image or stay flat? Did I lift out a story or did I shut it down? Watch it like a gamer watching their own replay, not like a judge. You're not here to insult yourself. You're here to understand your patterns. You will not be perfect after 7 days. You don't need to be. But if you genuinely run this plan, the next time you stand next to a woman, your brain will have at least 1 or 2 passes ready to throw instead of a blank screen. And that alone can change your trajectory. 8. The dumb mistakes and how not to become that weird guy. When you start playing a new game, you will make mistakes. Good. Mistakes are tuition. But there are a few specific mistakes that cost way more than they need to. If you see them coming, you don't have to pay full price. 8.1. Trying to sound smart instead of actually seeing her. Some guys hear 3L and turn it into a stand-up audition. Every line has to be clever, deep, philosophical, quotable. They're not talking to her anymore. They're talking to a mirror. Result? She feels like she's in the audience, watching a performance, not in a conversation. Rule: if you've been thinking about one line for 10 seconds and you still don't have it, drop it. Say something simple and honest rather than forcing something genius. Real always beats rehearsed. 8.2. Using 3L as a weapon, not a mirror. If you take 3L plus let me guess and use it to poke at someone's deepest insecurity, you will instantly be labeled an arsehole. You already know the areas: body weight, age, obvious physical flaws, trauma that's written on their face. Don't be stupid. 3L is a weapon, but you decide if it's a scalpel or a machete. Rule: level up and lift stories from safe surfaces: drinks, habits, style, energy, vibe, not from things they can't control. If you want to neg, go watch someone else. That's not what we're doing here. 8.3. spamming "let me guess" like a broken bot. Just because it's powerful doesn't mean it's your entire personality. If every sentence out of your mouth is "let me guess, let me guess, let me guess," you sound less like a man and more like a glitchy chatbot. Use it to open, recover when things go flat, or snap yourself back into reading mode. The rest of the time, let the conversation breathe. Respond like a normal human. 8.4. Not listening to her answer, just waiting to say your next cool line. This one is classic. You say, "let me guess." She answers, but your brain doesn't hear her. It's busy going, "What witty thing can I say next?" Now every layer after that is off. You're shooting in the dark. Rule: when she talks, drop your agenda for a second. Listen like a regular dude. Then take her exact words and build your layer from that. You don't need to manufacture brilliance, you just need to reflect what's already there. 8.5. Using this when you're drunk, shaky, or starving for validation. If you use 3L plus "let me guess" when you are wasted, deeply insecure in that moment, or desperate to prove "I can talk to girls too," it's like handing a loaded gun to a guy with shaky hands. It won't look good. Rule: use this when you're sober enough to be present, you're grounded in your body, and you're genuinely curious about her, not just about your own scorecard. This is a tool for men building power, not a toy for boys collecting reactions. 9. The shift. You were not born the awkward guy. You were programmed that way, and code can change. If you're still here, still listening, I know 2 things about you. 1. You're tired of the old pattern, standing next to opportunity and watching it walk away. 2. There's still enough fire in you to refuse the sentence, "This is just how I am." I'm not here to sell you the fantasy that one video turns you into a social wizard everyone worships. I'm here to tell you one thing. You were not born the awkward guy. You were trained into that role. You were taught to be polite, but never taught how to create good tension. You were told to respect women, but nobody explained that respect doesn't mean fear. You were told to just be yourself, but no one showed you that yourself has higher versions you haven't met yet. 3L and "let me guess" are not the whole game. They're just the first doorway. A doorway that moves you from "I don't know what to say" to "I always have something to say because I'm always seeing something." From "silence is my enemy" to "silence is just a beat before the next line." From "women are a test I keep failing" to "women are worlds I can explore, and I have the tools not to get lost." If something in this hit you, don't just scroll away. Hit subscribe so YouTube doesn't bury this under another pile of brainless content. Drop a comment about one moment where you completely froze in front of a woman. You don't need to dress it up. Just tell the story. I read them. All of them. Because you're not the only one living that scene, but very few men are willing to actually look at it. From here, we're going to talk about why you obsess over one woman and can't let go, why you keep attracting the same type and crashing in the same way, and how to step out of the chaser role and into a man with a real frame. But it all starts here. One different way of seeing, one different sentence, one moment where you don't choose silence anymore. I'm Adrian, and this is PsycheLure. If you're ready, we'll meet again in the next video.